There are SUVs sitting on dealer lots right now that should be flying off within hours. But instead, they're literally baking in the sun, losing value day after day while buyers line up to overpay for the same predictable Toyota RAV4s and Honda CR-Vs. And here's the part that should actually frustrate you. Every mechanic I know is quietly picking up these exact SUVs for their own families. Not because they're cheap, not because they're just good for the money, but because they're the kind of vehicles that cruise past 200,000 miles with basic maintenance, cost thousands less to insure, and have already absorbed the biggest depreciation hit. After 20 years in the shop, I've seen smart buyers walk right past these SUVs, only to come back years later regretting it after overpaying for something worse. Today I'm breaking down 5 ultra-reliable SUVs sitting ignored on dealer lots right now, and why overlooking them could quietly cost you tens of thousands over the life of ownership. By the end of this video, you'll either avoid a 5-figure SUV mistake, or you'll be paying for it every month for the next 5 to 7 years. Let's start with the 3-row SUV families keep skipping, and how that one mistake is costing them thousands before they even drive off the lot. The Mazda CX9 luxury hiding in plain sight. This 3-row SUV is being overlooked on dealer lots right now, and it's one of the best deals in the entire used market. Families keep passing it by to overpay for Highlanders, and that one blind spot is costing them $8,000 to $12,000 for doing the exact same job. I've recommended more CX9s to families than almost any other 3-row SUV, and the reaction is always identical. Why does this feel like a Lexus? Mazda absolutely nailed the interior here. Real stitched leather, soft touch materials, and a quiet cabin that puts some so-called luxury SUVs to shame. Now here's the financial reality dealerships don't explain. A 2019 Toyota Highlander with 50 to 70,000 miles typically runs between $26,000 and $34,000. Grand Touring sits around $20,000 to $25,000. That's a $6,000 to $10,000 gap for the same family duties, same road trips, same kid chaos, just far less damage to your bank account. Mechanically, this isn't a risky bet. The CX9 uses a 2.5L turbo engine with around 250 horsepower, a timing chain instead of a timing belt, and a proven 6-speed automatic. No CVT issues, no experimental gearboxes. This drivetrain has a solid track record for going the distance with basic care. Reliability is the quiet reason mechanics trust it. Consumer Reports rates the 2019 to 2024 CX9 above average. J.D. Power scores its dependability right alongside the usual safe brands. RepairPal ranks it near the top of the midsize SUV class for ownership costs. In simple terms, this isn't the SUV that lives on a lift. The only hesitation buyers have is depreciation. It drops faster than a Highlander early on, and people mistake that for poor quality. In reality, that drop already hit the first owner. If you buy used, your cost per mile is lower, insurance is often cheaper, and you still get a premium-feeling family SUV. If you care about the badge, the Highlander impresses the neighbors. If you care about what it costs you over the next 5 to 10 years, the CX9 is one of the smartest 3-row buys out there. And if you think a 3-row SUV can't be both premium and affordable, the next one flips the script even harder, because it saves you money every time you fill up. The Toyota Venza, the blind spot of the used market. This is the SUV that quietly cuts your fuel costs while buyers argue gas versus electric. It's also one of the few ultra-reliable Toyotas you can still buy without paying hype pricing. The Venza sits in a strange middle ground. It's not rugged enough to excite the 4Runner crowd, and it doesn't get the attention of the RAV4 Hybrid. So buyers scroll right past it. That's exactly why these linger on lots longer than they should, and why smart buyers are getting Toyota Hybrid reliability without paying the hype premium. Here's what the market actually looks like. A 2023 Venza Hybrid with 40 to 60,000 miles usually lists between $25,000 and $30,000. A RAV4 Hybrid with similar mileage, you're looking at $30,000 to $35,000. That's a $5,000 to $7,000 difference for 2 SUVs built on the same proven hybrid platform. Same reliability DNA, one just carries more hype. Mechanically, this is one of Toyota's safest setups. The 2.5L hybrid system has been used across millions of Camrys and RAV4s. No turbo, no traditional transmission. Toyota's eCVT is about as simple and reliable as modern drivetrains get. These regularly pass 200,000 miles with routine maintenance. Reports rates the Venza above average. J.D. Power gives it strong dependability scores. Toyota hybrids consistently show some of the lowest failure rates in the segment. Even the battery packs are designed. The Toyota Venza, the blind spot of the used market. This is the SUV that quietly cuts your fuel costs while buyers argue gas versus electric. It's also one of the few ultra-reliable Toyotas you can still buy without paying hype pricing. The Venza sits in a strange middle ground. It's not rugged enough to excite the 4Runner crowd, and it doesn't get the attention of the RAV4 hybrid. So buyers scroll right past it. That's exactly why these linger on lots longer than they should, and why smart buyers are getting Toyota hybrid reliability without paying the hype premium. Here's what the market actually looks like. A 2023 Venza hybrid with 40 to 60,000 miles usually lists between $25,000 and $30,000. A RAV4 hybrid with similar mileage, you're looking at $30,000 to $35,000. That's a $5,000 to $7,000 difference for two SUVs built on the same proven hybrid platform. Same reliability DNA, one just carries more hype. Mechanically, this is one of Toyota's safest setups. The 2.5L hybrid system has been used across millions of Camrys and RAV4s. Toyota's eCVT is about as simple and reliable as modern drivetrains get. These regularly pass 200,000 miles with routine maintenance. Consumer Reports rates the Venza above average. J.D. Power gives it strong dependability scores. Toyota hybrids consistently show some of the lowest failure rates in the segment. Even the battery packs are designed for long life, and the warranty coverage reduces long-term risk compared to most gas-only SUVs. Ownership costs are where this really shines. Real-world fuel economy in the high 30s to low 40s mpg. Fewer brake replacements thanks to regenerative braking. Lower routine maintenance over 5 years. That adds up to real savings. Insurance is often cheaper than larger hybrids like the Highlander because replacement costs and theft risk are lower. So why doesn't scream adventure or status? It's refined, efficient, and kind of understated. Buyers confuse that with boring. Mechanics see it as low drama, and low drama is exactly what you want when you're owning a vehicle for a decade. If your goal is reliability, low running costs, and avoiding the EV learning curve, the Venza is one of the smartest SUVs most people ignore. Fuel savings are great, but the next SUV shows how much money people waste chasing a badge. The Acura RDX, luxury that actually pays you back. People are spending an extra $10,000 for a BMW badge while mechanics quietly choose this instead. I see it all the time. Someone walks in set on a BMW X3 because it feels premium, and it does, until the warranty expires and the repair bills start rolling in. Meanwhile, mechanics are buying the RDX. A 2020 BMW X3 with 50 to 70,000 miles usually sits between $33,000 and $40,000. A comparable 2020 Acura RDX, around $22,000 to $26,000. That's an $11,000 to $14,000 gap before you even start the engine. Here's where it gets painful for badge buyers. The RDX loses about 45% of its value over 5 years, which scares off image-focused shoppers. But for used buyers, that's the sweet spot. You're getting a $40,000+ luxury SUV for mid-20K, same segment. Similar performance, completely. Under the hood, it's Honda reliability and a nicer package. The 2.0L turbo is proven. The 10-speed automatic has matured. And maintenance costs don't come with German luxury markups. Oil changes, brakes, suspension work. This is the difference between normal car pricing and luxury brand pricing for the same basic upkeep. The real difference shows up after the warranty ends. BMW ownership out of warranty is where budgets take a hit. Cooling systems, electronics, turbo repairs, they can erase the price difference fast. The RDX, on the other hand, stays predictable as miles increase. That predictability is what keeps long-term costs under control, and it's not something people brag about online. If you're financing, the advantage grows even more. Lower purchase price means lower payments, less interest, and less money lost to depreciation. Same class of SUV. One drains your wallet quietly. The other gives you breathing room. And if you think families always choose the safest option, wait until you see how much they overpay just to feel secure. The Toyota Highlander Hybrid, the family tank everyone overlooks. This is one of the most dependable 3-row SUVs you can buy, and one most families barely consider. Buyers tend to focus on the newest Highlander Hybrid or jump straight to EVs. That leaves the 2019 to 2023 Highlander Hybrid sitting longer than it should, even though it's one of Toyota's most proven long-haul family vehicles. It's not flashy, it's not futuristic. It just works, and that's why it lasts. A 2023 Highlander Hybrid with 70 to 90,000 miles often lists between $24,000 and $29,000.